Hello, this is Cal Burgess with CustomInsured, and we're going to continue our series of exploring your health insurance options. It's a podcast series where we break down all the options available outside of healthcare.gov or the exchange to make sure people have the true sense or the true understanding of all the options within the health insurance arena. So in this particular episode, I want to talk about which coverage is going to work best for your individual situation. With private options, as you've learned on the previous podcast, we do health checks to be able to determine who we're going to cover moving forward. Now, with that being said, we can usually cover 90+% of everyone that applies. Just because you may have a medical condition doesn't mean that we're not going to accept you. In fact, we can work with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high blood pressure and high cholesterol together. We can work with rheumatoid arthritis, recent surgeries, accidents in the past. However, the things that we can't work with or the events that we cannot work with on the health insurance side is if you've been diagnosed with a catastrophic disease, such as being diagnosed with cancer in the last couple of years, maybe COPD in the last year or two. So major medical concerns that require ongoing treatment may or may not be approved, and that's the 10% that we're talking about. However, everyone else that is taking medication and is controlled, we can work with that. So depending on what your health insurance, what your health situation is going to depend on which way we have to go. Now, assuming that you do have medical needs and you pay a lot of prescription drugs, then we'll probably end up making a recommendation based on the Affordable Health Care Act, because they do not do health checks and they'll approve anybody. That's the reason why the premiums are higher, is because they're treating everybody as if they're sick, with the assumption that a claim's coming right behind setting that person up. So that's how it works in general. Now, when we talk to you and we have you ask the health questions on the application, we'll be able to fine-tune exactly where we'll be able to place you. And also, depending on what kind of a situation you are in financially, along with what kind of health concerns you may or may not have, we can also approach a hybrid or a blend of private and Affordable Health Care Act policies. So it really depends on which direction it really depends on what your situation is before we can make a final determination. And the only way to do that is to have an initial consultation, fill the application out, and then take the next step from there. But once again, if you have mild issues, like I mentioned before, such as diabetes, maybe only high blood pressure, or you're taking, medication for, name the cliche, something small that you receive treatment maybe once or twice a year for, we're going to be fine with that. So to learn more about where you can save the most amount of money or what situation you're in, so we can determine what the right pricing for you is, please feel free to reach out to us at CustomInsured.com. You can also find us on Facebook at CustomInsured as well. My name is Cal Burgess. We do have a couple more podcasts within this series, so please stay tuned or continue to listen to be able to really understand which plan is going to be best fit for your needs and your family needs. This is Cal Burgess with CustomInsured signing off.